folks, Mr. Allen here with Napoleon's wife, Josephine.
Hello.
We're thrilled to announce Mohai's Cell Phone Puppet Theater by Monarch High's own world history students.
Goodness, what on earth is a cell phone puppet theater?
Oh, you haven't heard? Telephone puppetry goes back over 100 years. Time for some history.
Indeed.
Telephone puppets have been around since the invention of the phone itself. New historical evidence suggests that while the assistant, Thomas Watson, was waiting in a separate room for Alexander Graham Bell's first successful voice transmission, Watson grew bored and decided to pass the time creating scenarios of his boss. "Mr. Watson, come here, I need you." "Oh, settle down, you old sock. You haven't invented anything useful yet." Ever since that historic on hold, people waiting on the phone have created puppets to pass the time. It seems these little phone characters are popping up everywhere.
I got it! Hello? Dad, I think this is for you.
It's a fad that's sweeping the nation.
Entire films are being shot and distributed on cell phones only.
Sure enough, Google cellflix.com and check it out for yourself. Well, without further ado, let the show begin. Here's just a sample of dozens of films created by over 120 history students.
Do enjoy.
Period 2, Cold War, take 1.
It's 1945. Harry Truman, General MacArthur, and the Japanese Emperor meet for a press conference in Washington, D.C. Both Japanese and American journalists are present to ask questions.
When will the reconstruction on Japan begin?
The reconstruction has already begun. It seems to be taking longer than originally planned. However, in time the project will be completed.
Why were such extreme measures taken against the Japanese?
It seems like the best solution at the time to prevent an invasion of Japan through harsh. This tactic was successful because the Japanese surrendered August 14th.
Since the bomb was dropped, thousands of people have lost their homes and lives. Do you have a plan to help the people?
Because of all the destruction, our resources to help the people are diminished. However, I will do all I can to fix this problem, since people months later are still dying because of the radiation.
How long and what needs to be rebuilt to bring Japan back?
The atomic bomb was incredibly powerful. Both Hiroshima and Nagasaki were leveled, so all houses and city buildings need to be reconstructed.
What are your plans for improving the political situation in Japan?
We are working on a new construction, a democratic parliament, and a multi-party system.
What will be changed for the economic and social future of Japan?
In the future, we will be working towards the state capitalism. Exporting more human and women's rights will be guaranteed, also a reduction in power given to the emperor.
The reconstruction of the leveled Japanese cities, as well as the political, economical, and social structures of Japan, will take place soon.
We'll see it from here.
Period 3, Cuban Missile Crisis, take 1.
In the year 1959, Fidel Castro overthrew Baptista and took over control of Cuba with the help of the Soviet Union's Khrushchev. He set up a Soviet-supported totalitarian regime in Cuba. In the meantime, Kennedy approved of a secret plan of counteraction.
Have Cuban exiles invade Cuba? Yeah, good idea. It might cause a revolt against Castro. I'm for it. Approved.
Ring, ring.
Hello?
Your invasion has failed, Kennedy. Most of the exiles were captured or killed when they attempted landing at the Bay of Pigs.
Later, in the year 1962, Khrushchev struck a deal with Castro.
All right, Castro, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to send several nuclear missiles and military advisors to Cuba. If you keep our nukes pointed at America, we'll keep you from being invaded.
All right, but why, might I ask?
Because Kennedy has missiles in Turkey pointed at me. That's right next door.
The U.S. was not about to let nuclear weapons be in such close striking distance. So in October of 62, Kennedy decided to blockade Cuba to prevent Khrushchev's ships that were carrying the missiles from landing. Yes, sir?
I need you to set up a blockade around Cuba. Don't let anything or anyone through. Understand? No one.
Yes, sir.
Why aren't you taking missiles to Cuba?
Kennedy has put a blockade around Cuba. We can't get through it.
I'll talk to him.
So Kennedy and Khrushchev talked.
Please, Khrushchev, don't put missiles in Cuba. America does not want a nuclear war.
Your missiles are in Turkey. You're worried by Cuba, and it's 90 miles away from the American coast. But Turkey is next to us.
Why even bring Cuba into this at all? Let's just stop this whole thing. Will you please just turn back your fleet and remove the missiles?
If you promise to not invade Cuba.
Fine, I promise.
Fine, I'll retreat.
So they agreed and nuclear war was avoided. A hotline communication system was installed between Moscow and Washington, D.C. in 1963 so that the two superpowers could communicate quickly in a time of crisis.
Period 7, Berlin Wall, Group 1, Take 2.
The setting is Berlin. The date is November 9th, 1989. Gorbachev will not relinquish his post. Reagan is not pleased. The characters are Reagan, Gorbachev, Vladimir Gerlukovich, and the townspeople. President Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Yeah, tear it down.
The wall shall stay.
Ik wohne in Berlin.
Reunite these cities.
I won't tear down this wall.
Screw you!
My family is in the east.
We will help you.
Yes, help.
The wall will not fall.
Gorbachev, you must resign.
You can't do it.
I will never get off my wall.
You better vacate that wall.
Yeah, off the wall.
Reagan, smash!
Ah, no, not my wall.
Let her fall.
Freedom!
These cities have been united into one and forever will remain.
Thank God we are all united.
I am finally reunited with my family.
Scheiße.
You are finally free.
Yeah!
Yay.
We are here with the Seattle protester Bill Gates and the leader of Brazil at the 3rd Annual Global Conference. Tensions are high right now because of the controversial issue of globalization.
Globalization is not for everyone. Not everyone likes Coke.
Yes, but everyone likes Microsoft.
As long as these things help my people and my economy, I'm happy.
The conversation escalates.
Some may argue that globalization makes the rich richer and the poor poorer.
Not true. I am giving people jobs all over the world in these poor countries.
He is right. With globalization comes the opportunity for other countries to get the economic support for their own countries.
Good point, but
while jobs are being given in India, they're being taken away in America.
Yes, that's very common these days, but why is it like that?
Because labor is cheaper in India.
Yes, and other countries need the financial aid from more powerful countries like America.
Okay, let's discuss another globalization issue. Some could argue that globalization could cause terrorism. What do you think about that?
I believe that we should try to understand, even though violence isn't the answer, the terrorists still have a reason to be angry.
The terrorists aren't misunderstood.
There's no way we could prevent terrorism anyways.
Globalization is the reason for terrorism, and once it is put to an end, the world will become a more peaceful place.
Yes, I agree. As long as my country is safe, we will have a strong economy with globalization.
Okay, well thank you Bill Gates, Sally Protester, and President Cardoso for being here today, and I'll see you next time.